Scorpio, hi. We are doing an energy check-in on the current energies for you this first week of February. February 1st to the 7th. Let us see what's happening for you, Scorpio. Your current energies. All right. I do like to pull two layers. We are going to get into the first layer now. All right, Scorpio, let's see what's happening for you. Let's give these a few more shuffles. Guess not. We're going to stop right there. 10 of Cups came out. Boom. Justice is at the bottom. Okay. 9 of Cups, the Sun. What? What's stressing you out? About bringing this happiness. About just like, God, something that's just like, we're going to pull a second layer here, but you're focused on like a happiness here. You're focused on feeling good. You're focused on some relationships here, right? Like feeling fulfilled. Where are you committed? Where do you belong? Where are you going to pour your energy into? What feels like a sense of home to you? But the overall energy is the 9 of Swords here, right? Sleepless nights. Something's keeping you up at night. Your thoughts. Not something, but it is your thoughts, right? But there's like a stress, a worry about it, right? Maybe overthinking it. Really. Situation is the 10 of Cups. Beautiful, right? This is a card about feeling fulfilled. It's a card about reaching like happiness. It's usually a happy home, right? Happiness within your relationships, definitely. But it's a card about a happy home. But the overall energy here is like stress about it. Why? What is like keeping you up at night here, right? There's a worry, right? There's something that's keeping you up at night. In the challenge position, we got the 5 of Swords, right? Maybe you're just conflicted. It's still more mental energy. Maybe you had a falling out with somebody, right? Let me say that. And it could be an important relationship with you, and that's what's causing you the stress for some of you. Your mind and where your focus is the Hierophant. This is like a serious card of commitment. It's a very spiritual card as well, but it's a card of belonging, right? It's belonging to a society, to a group, to an organization, to a culture. It doesn't matter, but something that you feel like you belong to, right? It's that sense of belonging. Feeling like you're part of something, right? Something that just resonates with you naturally, right? But it's like, where do you put that energy, right? It's that commitment energy. So it's like, where are you going to commit it? Your approach is the 9 of Cups, though. This is about like feeling good about yourself. Maybe just thinking about yourself right now for some of you. We're going to pull a second layer, but I got to read the cards. So, because the 10 of Cups is, happiness within relationships. That's that happy home. 9 of Cups is just, I'm gonna do me. I'm gonna do what makes me happy, right? But it's about a wish come true too. And there's just, it's weird because you've got this combination of like happiness, but stress. It's like happiness, but stress, which is like, honestly, I was just saying this about myself this week, right? I was just complaining about my luck or something, and I was like, oh my God, I'm so lucky. Why would I even say that, right? Like, I should have more gratitude for the things that I have, because I am really lucky. If I was really to take into account the things that actually matter, I would not think I was unlucky. It was like so silly. I was just having this conversation with myself, with my husband, but like, it's really interesting, right? It's like we have so much to be thankful for, but it's like we just want this more, right? And this more kind of creates this stress. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with wanting more. There's nothing wrong with ambition. We're never truly settled, right? There's always, the Wheel of Fortune teaches us the cycle's always turning, the wheel's always turning, but there's some stress here. Some of you again could have had a falling out here with a family member, with a loved one, somebody close to heart. Somebody very close to heart. In your environment, we got the Sun, and one of the happiest cards as well in the tarot. Could be dealing with a Leo here, but the environment is bright. It's happy. The Sun represents, happiness, of course, like free-spirited, childlike joy, but it speaks of a bright new chapter, a bright new day in your life. Coming towards you, the 10 of Swords. We're going to clarify it. I don't want to say too much about the 10 of Swords until we clarify it. So let's go in. At the bottom, we got the Sun here. Just it's happiness mixed with stress. It's like so interesting, right? Like I said, it's like maybe we achieved like I read some quote today. I don't know who said it, but it was like You know, today we have a lot of the things that we once wished for. And it's like, let's take a moment to kind of enjoy that. Even though I know once we achieve those wishes, new wishes come on through, right? Like, so interesting. All right, let's clarify these cards for Scorpio. All right. Okay, all right. Temperance. Ace of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, Seven of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, Queen of Cups, Three of Wands, Two of Swords. Why do you feel stuck? Why are you at a crossroads? Two of Wands is at the bottom. What's at the bottom here? Justice. Okay. All right, Temperance. It's like, yeah, I feel like there's these extremes, right? From feeling happy to not feeling happy, right? From feeling happy to feeling stressed, from feeling gratitude to not seeing what we have right in front of us, right? It's just like this like pendulum that swings on these extremes, and Temperance is about like just forging this middle path that's no extreme. It's about having a deeper understanding, right? You know, trying to restore that balance, here. Needing clarity. You definitely need some clarity with the Ace of Swords. Maybe you need a new way to communicate for some of you, with the Ace of Swords being in the challenge position, right? You know, the sword is the sword of truth. You know, it's the Ace of Swords, so it's just the beginning of the sword's suit. So it's like, it's a new way to communicate that's trying to come through as well. Yeah, but Temperance is here with the Ten of Cups, right? Balance, moderation, a deeper understanding, right? Like, you've probably been through some, like I said, I felt two very strong emotions, from happiness, from content to discontent, right? From fulfillment to feeling maybe empty, right? Like, it's so interesting. And it was just like going back and forth. And like one moment the cups would grab my attention of happiness, and then the next moment the swords would grab my attention, right? And that was just kind of the energy of your cards. But I feel like this week now you're like gaining that moderate middle path, right? You're figuring out a way to balance it, right? You're figuring how to have just the right amounts of your emotions to work for you. But your focus right now in your mind is the Hierophant and the Nine of Pentacles, right? We got a card of commitment and a card of independence. It's like trying to find your own independence within some commitment that you belong to, right? Like even a marriage, you do need a sense of independence, right? It doesn't have to be financial. It can be financial, but you need your own identity. Even in a partnership, right? Even in a community, doesn't matter. Even in a society, it's about trying to find your identity, your independence apart from all of that. But there's still a very committed energy on your end. Still very committed. But you got, you know, Nine of Pentacles is that Beyonce card, that single ladies card. So I don't know, maybe some of you are like, with that Crossroads card, do you go independent from something that you belong to? Something that felt like home here, right? Do you? Because in your environment, you are seeing like a bright new chapter, a bright new day. So I do feel like for some of you, there's everybody, there's a feeling stuck crossroads energy, right? That's the overall energy here. And then you have on your mind, literally, two very different energies. One of commitment and belonging to something. The other one's of independence, right? Very interesting. It's like there's a back and forth, right? Something makes you happy, but something stresses you out. Scorpio, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know if you're thinking of going solo here. I really don't. Again, there's a conflicting energy. I don't know if you had a falling out here. I really don't. But it's like you've got both independence and personal identity with that within something you belong to. Like versus something you belong to here. Yeah. Really interesting. And then your approach is you're confused right now. You got that wishful thinking. Seven of Cups, Nine of Cups. There's a lot of... I mean, at least you feel like you have options, so that's really a good thing. Definitely, let's say that. You feel like you have options. That's fantastic. But there is a level of being in your head about it, right? Like wishful thinking, your head's in the clouds, right? Literally with this card. Heads in the clouds. But there's something about your happiness, right? And you're debating it right now. What's going to make you happy? You're at that crossroads. You are at that crossroads right now, and you're just deciding what will truly make you feel good. And right now you're taking a balanced, I think less extreme, more moderation, only because you can appreciate the moderation after having gone through extremes. That's the only time you appreciate moderation. Like, nobody likes the rain until they're dealing with a drought, right? So it puts things into, well, actually, I don't want to say nobody likes the rain, because actually I like the rain. But you get my point. Most people don't like the rain. You know, I did a study, apparently. No, I just assume. But I think you get my point here. But like you appreciate, what I was trying to say is you do appreciate moderation because you've been dealing with extremes, right? Temperance comes in and it gives us that deeper understanding to have more balance, right? This is better to take a middle path here. And maybe it's not, you know, and maybe really interesting I say that it's better to take a middle path. Maybe it's not one or the other. Maybe there is this like, maybe it's not option A, it's not option B, it's like option C, right? Like you forge this middle path that you couldn't see before. I don't know why I'm saying that, but it's just coming through that way. Really interesting. All right, in the environment, something is turning, Scorpio, and it's turning in your favor, right? Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune is a card of fate, it's a card of destiny, it's a card of cycles, right? It's a card that says, you know, there's elements that are out of your control. It is what it is. But where are we headed? We got the sun here. There is a bright new day. There is happiness that's coming through in your environment. The wheel's turning, and like I said, there's nothing we could ever do. Even if the Wheel of Fortune was alone, it's always a positive omen for me. It's the Wheel of Fortune, right? Like, you know, it's fate is turning for you, right? That's what it really means. Fate is turning. Fate is turning, and it's looking really beautiful. Connected to it is the happiest card in the whole tarot. So, voila. Take what you will with that, but claim it. Why not? Coming towards you, we got the Queen of Cups and the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is an ending, right? It's an ending. It's something stressing you out. This Wheel of Fortune is here. A cycle's ended here. We got the Ten of Cups, the Ten of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, the Ace here. So it's obviously very indicative that something is ending here. The beauty of the Ten of Swords, I always remind people, is, yes, it speaks of the end of a cycle, but it also says that whatever pain or stress a situation has caused you, the worst of it has happened with that Ten of Swords. The Queen of Cups is you, Scorpio. You. Basically having the ability to kind of just be like in control of your emotions, very mature about it, leading with your heart space, right? She's the Queen of Cups. She has the most beautiful cup in the entire tarot. She represents intuition, unconditional love with yourself, with others. There's just a deeper understanding that's coming through, right? So I feel like that pendulum that was going from this way to that way is now really feeling more balanced right now. It's feeling more aligned, like it's like, and it's coming into alignment. And that's what's coming towards you. All right, I'm going to leave it there for you, Scorpio. Of course, I do hope you enjoyed this reading. If anything resonates, like, subscribe. Thank you for letting me tune into your energies. I'll see you all next week.